Feel every sensation within the body, all the connections with the mat, with your own body. The purpose of today's class is going to be intuition. In order for us to trust our intuition, we need to really know our body to know when it's intuition or when it's fear. Our body reacts differently when it's giving us messages. As you close your eyes here, you can keep the palms on top of your eyes, or you can place your hands back to your navel or anywhere else where you feel comfortable. But starting to connect with your breath. Not changing it, just noticing it. Your jaw is separated, your teeth separated, but your mouth is closed. And you can even do the Udya breath or the breath of ocean, where you could slightly lock your throat as you breathe. And it makes a noise. It's supposed to be a very relaxing noise. So if you start to struggle on your breath, go back to your normal breath. But if you can do the Ujjayi breath, where you gently lock your throat, and then when you inhale, you feel the sound coming from your throat and your mouth, and then exhale in the same way. If this doesn't come naturally, then just follow your own breath. This time, trying to elongate each breath a little bit longer. Setting an intention for today's practice. Maybe your intuition, maybe to trust it, or for it to come a little bit more clearly. Inhaling slowly, allowing the exhale to seal that intention. Letting the light come to our eyes, allowing our hands to push our legs up, bending the knees, bringing our knees to our chest as we roll from side to side. Beautiful. Placing the sole of our feet on the mat, hip width apart on the inhale. Gently release the hips towards the sky. This is the first bridge, so the intent is not to go too high. It's just to start waking up the back. Exhaling, slowly lowering down. Inhale, releasing the hips. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, releasing the hips high. Exhale, lowering down. Beautiful. Now keeping your feet mat width apart, making your feet go mat width apart, allowing your knees to go left and right. Like a windshield wipers going from one side to the next. Exhaling, bringing your knees towards your chest. Extending your right leg towards the front of the room as you bring yourself up so that the third eye connects with your knee. Your shoulders are above the ground. Inhale here, exhaling, switching the knee, the left leg extends. Inhale, and switching. Exhale, switching to the other side. So mapping the movement with your breath as you inhale, bending one knee and extending the other leg and going from side to side. You can go as fast or as slow as you like, as long as you map the movement with your breath. Beautiful. Holding the knees by your chest, having one foot on top of another, grabbing the sole of your feet, starting to roll backward and forward, preparing to sit down, but we'll roll 3 times, and on the last time, coming from a sitting position to your tabletop. Inhaling, extending the spine, exhale, rounding. Inhale, extend, exhale, round. Beautiful. With a neutral spine, having the fingers point towards the back of the room, feeling a stretch in the forearm. Inhaling, moving forward, and exhaling, moving backwards, being very gentle because this is a deep stretch. So the minute you feel a stretch, stop it there. Inhale, move forward, and exhale gently back. Beautiful. Inhaling, slowly placing the palms together and rolling your wrists, waking up those wrists. Coming back towards the mat. You can be in downward facing dog if you like it. Otherwise, we're gonna come to our first lunge. So right foot comes forward, the left toes on tuck, coming up for our high lunge. From our high lunge, making sure your knees above your heel. And we're gonna go from here to eagle arms. So this might sound a little bit pretzely, but bear with me. Bringing your hands by your side. Left elbow will come on top of your right elbow. Once you have the left elbow on top of your right elbow, bending both of your elbows. And if it's available to you, you can bring the palms together. So it looks like this on your eagle arms. So it's as you bend your elbows, palm joined together. If this is too much, you can have the back of the palms talking. But trying to make sure that one elbow is on top of the other one. If you're here elevating your elbows, you may start feeling more of a stretch on the top back. If you're here and you want more, you can start extending your spine, but that might be a lot. So know your practice. Exhaling, releasing the arms, placing your hands on the mat and extending the right leg. So both legs are extended. If your hands don't make it to the mat, your hands can be on your calf or on your thigh, but coming forward with a neutral spine. Inhaling, bending the right knee. Right hand elevates towards the sky, gaze follows. Exhaling, lowering down. Left knee comes down as the right foot comes to meet your right. Inhaling, extending the spine. Exhaling, rounding. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhaling with a neutral spine, left foot comes forward as your right toes tuck on behind you for a high lunge. Preparing on the inhale, coming up. Beautiful. Making sure that right hip moves forward rather than opening up. From your high lunge, arms come by the side like a T, preparing to go to the eagle arms. So right elbow is on top of the left elbow, bending both elbows, and if you can, twisting so that the palms are joining together. From here, elbows come forward and a little bit higher. And if you still like more, you can extend the spine towards the sky. Inhaling, release. Exhaling as you extend the left leg, coming forward. And your hands can be on blocks, on your calf, but just allowing yourself to have that neutral spine. Bending the left knee, right hand is on the mat, left hand elevates towards the sky as your gaze follows. Inhaling, coming back to center. And slowly the right foot elevates and comes next to your left foot for a forward fold. From a forward fold, making sure your spine is nice and elongated, moving forward. Your hands can be by your calf or down below. Inhale here, exhaling, hinging at the hips. Start to lower down, maintaining a neutral spine. If you like to go further, inhale, extend, exhaling, you can go a little bit further. But in general, it's preferred to have extension on the spine. Inhaling, coming up, exhaling, lowering down gently. Bending the knees, inhale, arms by the side, slowly coming up. Extending the spine as the arms go, chest goes up, exhaling, chair pose. Hands are heart center. If you have a lot of pressure on your shoulders, if you like to work out your shoulders, hands are forward. I like my hands at heart center. Inhale here, knees are together, heels and toes are together if that's available. Everything comes towards the center of the body. Lowering down, placing your hands on the mat, releasing the right foot back, followed by your left foot for a high plank. Your knees can be on the mat at any point, but making sure that your shoulders and your elbows are stacked one on top of another. Inhale here, exhaling, moving forward and slowly lowering down. Once your navel is on the ground, inhaling, cobra. With cobra, your elbows are tied to your body. Your gaze can be up and your shoulders are down. Exhaling, child's pose. Your knees can be as wide as you like as your chest lowers down. If you feel like your third eye is far away from the ground, try keeping your knees as wide as the mat. Noticing every connection. Inhaling, slowly coming back into your tabletop. From your tabletop, releasing the right knee up, but still bent 90-degree angle. And as if you wanted to push the ceiling up, just even less than an inch, popping it, pushing it up slightly. So as you inhale and exhale nice and gently, but still pumping the leg up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Inhaling back to center. Now the left leg releases up. So 90 degrees on your heels, 90 degrees on your knee. Starting to push up. So slowly, just a few inches, as if you wanted to hold the ceiling up. Inhaling, coming back to center, releasing the left leg forward, tucking your toes for a high lunge, slowly coming up. Beautiful. From your high lunge, opening up into your warrior two. If you're not facing the screen, you may want to switch around so you're facing the screen. Inhale here. The weight on the back foot and the front foot is about the same. Inhale, exhaling, extending the left leg. Right hip goes backwards as the upper body comes forward for a triangle. Slowly allowing your arms going to the sky and the left down. You can even place it on your leg, but make sure there is no pressure, especially on the knee area. Beautiful. Inhaling, coming back to center, switching your toes, and then the back toes go towards the back of the room, the left toes come forward. Coming into your warrior two, right knee bends and your gaze is towards the right fingers, past your right fingers. At all times, the left hip keeps opening up. Inhale here, extending your right leg, left hip goes towards the front of the room as we slowly shift ourselves towards the back. Exhaling, left hand towards the sky and right towards the ground. Beautiful. Inhaling, micro bending that right knee, slowly coming up, toes point forward, and coming, interlacing your fingers behind you, extending the spine, exhaling, lowering down, keeping the bind behind you, shoulders come together. Releasing the hands, walking your hands forward for a wide angle downward facing dog. Allowing your weight to be even between your toes and your heels. Inhaling, walking your hands and placing your hands, walking your hands past behind you. Your fingers are going to point towards the back. Allowing your head to hang heavy. Inhaling, bringing your hands underneath you and slowly micro bending your knees, slowly coming up one vertebra at a time. Bringing your feet, healing toes to a standing position. From our standing position, our left foot is gonna come forward as the right one prepares for tree pose. From a tree pose, our right foot can be on the mat, can be on the calf, or hamstring. That standing foot is strong, quad is activated. And if you like, your hands can go towards the sky. Keeping your gaze in a spot that's not going to move allows the balance to be stable. Inhaling, coming back to center, slowly releasing that right leg forward. And on the exhale, placing that right leg on the outside of your left leg. Inhale, arms elevate. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, but your legs are one on the other side. Bending your knees, slowly coming up. This time coming with the left, your right feet on the mat, left will come. If you're in tree pose and your feet is on the ground, your toes are on the ground and your heel is on the standing leg. Otherwise, you can be on the calf or your hamstring or your thigh, but never on your knee. So if you feel any pressure on the knee, take it off. Bringing your hands to heart center and elevating your arms, growing your tree. Keeping your gaze steady. Inhaling, arms back to the center. Left knee elevates, extending forward and back, down on the outside of your left toes. Inhaling, arms nice and extended. Exhaling, forward fold. Allowing yourself to hang heavy. Bending your knees, inhaling, coming up. Slowly. This time, inhaling, left leg will come in front of us. This is where it might be helpful to have a block nearby. We'll do eagle pose. So starting with our legs, left leg stand, it can be micro bend if you like, and the right knee will elevate. We have option. One is to be on the right leg goes around to the ground or to a block. Or you can have the right leg wrap around and it comes on the outside of your left toe. So that might be a lot of stretching. So you may just want to have your left foot on the ground or in the ground the other side. Bending the standing leg helps. So once you have the right leg wrap around as much as you can, the hands come out like a T. We'll do the eagle arms that we did before. Left elbow on top of your right elbow, bending the elbows, and then your arms can join together. Beautiful. Your elbows can come a little bit higher if you want that stretch. And then inhaling, releasing both arms and legs, coming like a star. Right leg comes on the outside of your left, allowing yourself to have another forward fold. It's a different sensation on the forward fold when your legs are twisted. Inhaling, rolling up one vertebra at a time and releasing. We have another side, so right leg comes forward, nice and strong. If you have support, it will come on the outside of your right leg. Bending the right leg, left knee elevates and either comes as high as possible. It's easier to let it wrap around. But if you need to, your left leg can be on the ground. Inhaling, arms by your side. Exhaling, right elbow comes on top of your left elbow. Bending at the elbows. If you can have your palms come together, that's otherwise you have the back of the palms. Elevating your elbows. Your gaze is forward like an eagle eye. Giving ourselves that intuition. Inhaling, releasing like a star. Exhaling, left leg on the outside of your right and forward fold. Inhaling, slowly coming up. Beautiful. Releasing the legs, bringing ourselves towards the ground. Inhaling. If you like, you can tuck your toes behind you, giving your toes a little bit of love, even including that pinky finger. We'll do some neck stretches. So the minute that your toes get tired, you can always lower down to just sitting on your heels or sitting in an easy sitting position. Rolling your shoulders up and down, rolling them towards the back of the room. Bringing your attention to your breath as you roll your shoulders. And then slowly bringing the left hand by your side, right ear comes towards your right shoulder. And if you like, the left hand can come on top of your head, but there is no pressure. It's just the weight of your hand. Your gaze can be towards the sky or it can be towards the ground, noticing where you find a point of tension and staying in there, giving it a little bit of love. You'll notice as much as you lower down that left hand, you may feel a little bit of a deeper stretch. Allowing your chin to come towards your chest and rolling the left ear towards the left shoulder. The right hand comes on the mat and the left comes on top of your head. And exploring, looking down, looking up, seeing where you find that point that needs a little bit of attention. Right hand comes closer to the floor. If you feel your toes, it's releasing. Inhaling, releasing, chin towards your chest, rolling towards the right side and coming back towards the left. Chin towards your chest and slowly coming up. Beautiful. Inhaling, migrating to our pigeon pose. Left knee is gonna be forward and slowly walking the right foot as back as it can go, squaring your hips. So you'll find if you have any support or any blankets, this is a good place to put it on the left side. So on the left side, down below the hip. Inhaling, extending the spine, looking up, leading with your chin, slowly walking down, allowing yourself to have a pillow with your hands and your third eye on top of your hands. At all times, you're working that right hip to go down towards the mat. Bringing your attention on the areas of the body where you feel the stretch. There should be no pain. There should be no feelings or sensation around the knee. If so, come back out and then get back into the pose in a gentler way. Inhaling, bringing your hands towards the mat, slowly coming up, pushing the mat away. As you sit down, allowing the right leg to be by your side and the left connecting with your right. Inhaling, arms extend towards the sky. Exhaling, going forward towards that left leg. Imagining as your nose is passing your toes, maintaining a neutral spine. Your hands can be on your calf or on the floor. But inhaling, create that space, and exhaling, moving forward. Making sure there is no feelings on the lower back, the stretches from the hamstrings. So inhaling, releasing, exhaling, going forward. Inhaling, allowing ourselves to come back up, bending your right knee, preparing for pigeon pose on this side. So slowly, as you bend your right knee, you may want to place a prop underneath your right hip. Left toes walk backwards as back as they will go. Inhaling, extending the spine, leading with your chin, slowly lowering down into your pigeon pose. Making sure you create a pillow, either fist on top of fist or hand on top of hand for your third eye. The reason for this is because you don't want to have that extension on your neck. You want it to be one, your vertebra continuum. Noticing where your mind goes when everything quiets down. With help of your elbows, inhaling, slowly coming up, then with help of your hands, gently coming up, allowing your weight to go towards the right. As you switch towards left leg extended, right connection with your toes on the leg. Arms extend towards the sky, keeping that extension on the spine, hinging at the hips, forward fold. The goal is not to get as close as possible to your knee. The goal is that beautiful extension on your back. Using your breath as you inhale, gently release, and exhale, going a little bit deeper. So inhaling, releasing, exhaling, going deeper, going forward, nose past your toes. Inhaling, slowly releasing, extending both of your legs, preparing to get back, lowering down on the mat. So you want to be on top of your mat. Arms go towards the sky. Inhale, exhaling, slowly lowering down. Beautiful. Bending your knees, preparing for bridge pose. With your knees bent, mat hip width apart, slowly extending the hips, extending the spine, hips come nice and high, knees go forward. If you like, you can start walking your shoulders, want to get closer to each other as you interlace your fingers behind you, allowing yourself to go a little bit deeper into the pose. So interlacing your fingers and then releasing your hands, exhaling, lowering down. Bending the left leg, extending up towards the sky as you extend the right leg towards the front. Your hands can be by your calf, if that's accessible, or on your hamstring, but not on where your knees go. So right leg is extended in front of you. Inhale, shoulders on the ground. Bending the left knee, bringing the knee towards your armpit. Exhaling, pushing from the heel, going towards the sky. Inhale, exhaling, bending the knee towards your armpit. Exhaling, pushing from your heel forwards towards the sky, extending the leg. Inhale, exhaling, bending the knee. Inhale, left leg towards the sky. Bending the left knee, slowly twisting towards the right side as your gaze is towards the left. Shoulders, both shoulders are on the mat. Inhaling, coming back to center, extending the left leg towards the front of the room as you bend your right knee. Extending your right leg and holding from the calf or your hamstring. Inhaling here, flexing your toes, meaning your ankle is in a 90-degree angle. Inhale, exhaling, bending the knee, bringing it to your armpit. Exhale, extending your heel towards the sky. Inhale, exhaling, bending the knee, bringing that knee to your armpit. Exhaling, heel towards the sky. Exhale, bending the knee, bringing it nice and low. Exhale, pushing with your heel towards the sky. Staying with it. And then as you bend your knee, bringing it towards your chest, twisting towards the left side. Right shoulder remains on the mat. It's more important to have that right shoulder on the mat than it is to go lower on the knee. Gaze follows that right hand. Inhaling, coming back to center, hugging both of your knees, making ourselves comfortable. You can place a blanket behind your head, even a cushion or a bolster underneath your knees, but allowing yourself to be comfortable. We're gonna do an exercise of letting go. I'll explain it first and then we'll all do it together. What it is that we're gonna inhale and hold our breath for 5 seconds. But while we hold our breath, everything on our body is gonna collect a lot of tension. We'll make fists. If our fists and feet actually will elevate from the mat because we're creating that much tension in our head as well. As we hold the breath for 5 seconds, then we'll release and go right into our final resting pose. So preparing for this, taking a deep inhale. Create tension with your body, create a fist, your feet up for 5, 4, 3, your face muscles, 2, 1, and let it go. Closing your eyes. With a deep inhale, starting to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Allowing your hands to go behind you for a good morning stretch. Toes point forward, your hands go behind. Bending your knees, bringing them to your chest. And roll from side to side. Giving yourself a big hug, thanking yourself for taking this time for you. Allowing your knees to go towards the right side. Staying here for a few breaths on your fetus pose. Using your left hand to push the mat away, being the last thing that comes up, your head slowly coming up into an easy sitting position. With your palms joined together. May you have happiness, joy, and laughter. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of the night. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a
Thank you,
wonderful
Melanie.
night.
Thanks to you for coming.